it sort of falls under bad things that happen with the White Sox organization since Rick Hahn has been GM.
Oh, is this where
So
we get into great moments or
yeah,
great moments in Wrath of Han history? Is
great moments in Wrath of Hahn history, and
that what we're gonna call it? I just made
I
that up
mean,
before the show, but
yeah, I mean this is probably an event we will talk about yearly as we did last year, but we didn't. I was on the road last week, and I kind of forgot that it actually, when we did the show, was the actual anniversary of the Chris Sale cutting up the softball the softball White Sox jerseys.
yeah, the dark the 70, what year is it? 78?
76, yeah, 77, 76.
Okay, the dark version with the collars, the big
Yeah, he
socks, it's essentially a blouse. I mean, I
yeah,
guess I
I
could
mean,
I could understand why Chris Sale would not want to wear that, especially since it fits completely differently than a typical major league uniform. That it might kind of fuck up his pitching, but his reaction and his solution to the issue was not professional. I guess you could say it. And
that's definitely one way of putting it. It's also the act of a crazy person. I mean,
it helped usher him out of the White Sox organization eventually.
he was traded that December after the incident. But this week,
New shit has come to light.
yes, new shit has come to light where Rick Hahn joined a podcast by Shane Reardon, who
You were
is
right, by the way. It's the Bourbon and Buddy podcast.
yeah,
I was
Bourbon
just fucking with you via
and the
text this
buddy.
afternoon. I didn't mean to shake your confidence.
Oh no, I it was well, I was like, does Odyssey, the actual website, have it wrong?
Shane Reardon's just started another White Sox podcast, White Sox specific podcast called Southsiders.
Oh, okay.
It's like on the third episode, so I assumed it was on that, but no, it's on his older podcast.
Oh, I can't keep up with Shane's podcasts, but he
Shane
is
Reardon from the Spiegel or Parkins and Spiegel show on
very
600
enjoyable,
Score.
very enjoyable show,
Yeah, I
folks.
was just listening to it before we got on the air tonight. Want to make sure we have the proper accreditation to this story.
Yes, yes. If you're not listening to Spiegel and Parkins, you're missing out on some hearty laughs throughout the day and good insight too.
They're destroying Tony La Russa this afternoon.
What? No way. I can't believe it. It's hard to he's a Hall of Fame type guy. But Hahn walked us through, and this I'm gonna probably be laughing as I read this back, but Hahn walked us through how the events arrived to him, and they arrived via text as he was coaching first base for his son's little league team.
Have you had to do that for your son's team?
I have coached. I've coached third. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
not recently.
You're well aware of Rick Hahn's plight on that fateful day.
Yeah, first is a little bit easier because third. But once you get to first, you're just like, hey,
the scrutiny is. I mean, just the fan backlash. If you make a mistake as a third base coach, you'll hear it for weeks.
You really hear it from the coaches on the bench when they think the coach should have sent them.
What the fuck are you doing?
Why did you send him? I don't know. He's 8 years old. I'm just
assuming there's all sorts of expletives and everything else.
Not a lot of swearing, but there's a lot of anger still in Little League games, which is why you see these crazy things on Twitter. It's unreal. But this is what he said. He gets a text from Robin saying while he's at first base,
Robin Ventura, manager of the White Sox at that moment.
For those, I just always assume
we might have younger listeners that weren't.
There's only one Robin that we talk about on this podcast. Oh, actually, there's two Robins because I bring up my Robin sometimes. Yes,
that's confusing.
Yes, so Robin Ventura in this case, we have a problem. Sale doesn't want to wear his jersey. I text back. I didn't even know it was a special jersey day. I don't understand. And Ventura texts back, he doesn't like the special jersey. He doesn't want to wear it. So I said, all right, talk him through why we're doing it and figure it out. Then Ventura responded, no, he cut up the jersey. And I
This is the
responded,
best.
well, get him another jersey. They got backups. Get him another jersey. And then
Yeah.
Robin sent me another text. No, you don't understand. He cut up all the jerseys.
All the jerseys.
To then Rick
Chris Sale is
responded.
working on another level that Rick Hahn had no idea. I mean, Rick Hahn's playing checkers with this. Chris Sale is playing chess. I mean,
Well, and he's probably looking to like, why do I have to tell you, Ventura, to just get him another jersey that he cut up and talk this adult male down from the ledge over something that seems really ridiculous? But no, it was much deeper and darker than that. To where Hahn let Ventura know, I'm gonna leave this game, take a shower, and have him meet me in my office.
I looked back at our archives on MajorLeagueAholes.com, and I actually wrote a piece about this. I called it the world's most dangerous uniform. And I have always thought of those, and I think they've gained some popularity again through nostalgia and retro coolness. I've always thought those are the worst uniforms in history in any sport. Of course, I'm not a White Sox fan, but I think White Sox fans have kind of embraced those over the years. And there's versions of that, like your Sunday uniforms are those are the '83, but they're a version of that kind of. But those are better, and those look pretty damn cool these days. But I still feel like those are some of the worst uniforms I've ever seen. So I kind of empathize with Chris Sale. That's where I called him the world's most dangerous uniform, because it made a man lose his fucking mind. And I called him a fucking hero because he stopped the world from being subjected to seeing those uniforms for at least that game once again. So I applaud Chris Sale, whatever it was in 2016, for cutting up those uniforms.
I believe that was the last promotion with those uniforms. So
yeah, who knows who it could set off next time? We don't want to tempt fate.
Well, I think it might be done. Although that does have one of the cooler Sox hats with the SOX, just really
the
big
is
block.
Is that dark navy?
Yeah,
or
the dark navy with the block. With the block.
Right.
That's
what's cool. Yeah, there is cool. There's parts of that are cool, but the blousy, collared,
it was
baggy
fucking comfortable.
Feel.
It's like Costanza was running. He's gonna make the uniform more comfortable.
Yeah, make it out of cotton.
Well, don't you? But we all have to agree. Somehow we're always slipping into this goddamn aesthetics, but but the worst part of that was when they wore the shorts the one time and their legs got cut up sliding into the bases.
That's kind of what I associate all this with. Is they weren't, those are different, but I think of the bike shorts. I mean,
yeah,
the logic of that.
Bill Veeck, a constant promoter.
He was a visionary. Maybe his visions weren't so great.
Maybe they were drunkenly induced.
Word Hole Media.